Have you seen the latest on this young lady's credit repair service? Her name is Rose. I don't think this video is going to be much what you think it is. It's not going to be me bashing this young lady for the credit repair services that she was providing. Just to give you a little backdrop on what this situation was about is when she was doing credit repair. In credit repair, there's something called a credit sweep. And during what that credit sweep is, a credit repair company will file a police report basically saying that you were a victim of identity theft. And then, due to the fact that you were a victim of identity theft, you would then be able to have items removed from your credit report because you would say, that's not mine. Basically, I didn't give anyone authority to apply for credit in my name. And they would have to prove that it was you, even if they have your signature or whatever, they would have to prove it. Well, what this young lady Rose was doing was she was falsifying the police reports and sending the police reports to the furnishers or whoever had the trade line, whether it was a collection company or the furnisher or whomever. So, and all this is allegedly. We don't know what happened. What I want to talk to you guys about is the pressures of coming through for your clients in the credit repair space. Those of you know that I started a credit repair company, and I started helping people build their credit up and started going through credit repair. The expectations that people have with this credit repair, it puts a lot of pressure on the credit repair company because people think that because they have, an expertise in fixing credit, that they're 100%, their batting average is 1,000. They're never going to miss. And not only are they not going to miss, it's going to be an overnight process. So you'll come to me and say, hey, Kenny, I need credit repair. No matter what type of expectations I set with you, I tell you, hey, look, this is not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to take some time. After about 2 months, people pay. We do the work. No matter how much work we do, once the work is done, I feel personally that there should be some type of reward for the work that's paid because the credit repair company has to pay employees and stuff like that. And we can't go into credit bureaus and force them to take things off your credit report. So we're stuck. And because you paid us a couple of $100, you feel that item should be removed from your credit report. And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work that fast. There will be some items that comes off in your first month. There will be some items that come off in your second month. But never is it going to be an overnight process. And no matter what expectations the credit repair company sets, the client presumes that it's going to be different for them. And so we're stuck as credit repair specialists trying to come up with different strategies to be successful in this space, because I'm competing against the next credit repair company and they're competing against me. So they're going to have a phone number or a different method, and we're forced to try and do all these different tactics to please clients in order to bring more clients into our business. Because a lot of times people that do credit repair, not in my situation, but a lot of times this is their bread and butter. This is what they do in order to feed their families. And let's be honest, in order for somebody to call themselves a credit repair specialist, it doesn't take much. We see it on a day in, day out basis. When I started talking about credit repair, I was one of the first ones, and I don't know if there is anyone else talking about building credit the right way. And I've always started talking about building credit the right way because I've seen personally, firsthand, that people that built their credit by building, getting credit cards and paying their credit cards on time and handling credit and building their credit up and getting approved for more credit, that person is going to have a better chance at getting a better score. And not only that, you're showing financial institutions that you're responsible. And when you're doing this type of thing, what happens is these financial institutions see that, yeah, you went through a hard time. Yeah, you do have a collection on your credit report, but they're more likely to go through and lend you some credit because they see that you're trying to do better. You're trying to make a change, and they're going to take a chance on you. And the more lines of credit that you're a responsible person, the chances are the better your credit score is going to be, because people are going to lend you more and more credit. It's that simple. Now, as far as deleting items, does it help? Absolutely, it helps. But when you're talking about credit repair, it all starts with, first, the handling of your money. How do you handle your money? How do you pay your bills on time? Do you actually have a strategy in order to pay your bills, or are you just, your money comes in and then you just start paying bills as you go? And I want to talk a little bit more about strategies to help us get to the next level. I don't want this all to be about credit repair. I want this also to be about, life insurance. A lot of times we talk about wealth transfer, the greatest wealth transfer. You go on YouTube and you look that up. There are so many videos, people talking about wealth transfer. Well, the greatest wealth transfer that you can do for your family is life insurance. Period, point blank. The moment you sign up for $1 million policy, your family is $1 million richer. They may not get the asset until after you pass away, but that's a transfer of wealth that we never take advantage of in our community. We have to be honest with ourselves and say, why is it that we're not having, these resources and using these resources that other people are using? We constantly pick on the wealthy for taking advantage of loopholes, but we won't even take advantage of the loopholes that we're able to take advantage of. And I really don't understand it. Why do we point the finger at someone else for taking advantage of the same system that we could be, but we don't? What that leads to is a bunch of people doing desperate things. You got credit repair companies doing desperate things to keep clients. You got consumers doing desperate things with their credit, living off their credit in these times when it's almost impossible to believe that there's somebody out there really trying to live life off of credit right now. But there's people that's doing it. And I know that there will be times when you will run into a rainy situation, and you may not have your rainy day fund built up just yet, but you still have to look at a strategy or a way that when that rainy day comes, that you can take advantage of that situation. And I feel bad for this young lady. Most people think that we have this magic wand that we can wave over your credit reports, and the pressure of being top dog in the credit repair space, when you really think about it and understand how credit repair works, the dispute process, the only thing we're doing is sending letters on behalf of you to get items removed from your credit report. That's it. That's what credit repair is. Nobody has a magic bullet or a magic letter. It would be equivalent to a gentleman that is approaching a young lady, and there is no one pickup line that you can use. You may use one pickup line on one lady and it works. You use that same pickup line on another, and it's just not going to be as successful. And then, is it the line that you used, or is it the lady? There's so many different factors, but I know that's a weird way to think about it. That's a weird analogy to use. But when you're talking about credit repair, that's what you're talking about. We're just sending letters and being persistent on getting items removed from your credit report. Now, can you do credit repair yourself? Absolutely you can. But when you're talking about you cutting your lawn or having a professional cut your lawn, chances are you do not want to cut your lawn, so you pay somebody. When I say I'm a credit repair specialist, Yeah, there are certain situations, or I might have a little bit more knowledge about a certain company, or you run into a snag and you're not really sure how to handle that collection item. I might have a little bit more of an advantage than you do, but in reality, we have to go about it the same way. You have to ask yourself, if you are a client of this young lady's and you found out she was doing this strategy, how would you feel? How would you feel knowing your credit repair specialist is doing something like this? Would you be okay with it? Would you be okay with your credit repair specialist doing something illegal in order to try to get items removed from your credit report? Now, let me ask you this. If you're not okay with it, let's say you're not okay with her, your credit repair specialist doing something like this, are you okay with your credit repair specialist saying an item is not yours? Even though we both agree that's your item, but we're going to dispute this item anyway. We're going to say that this isn't yours. We're going to say this isn't your item, and we're going to find a way. We're going to do everything we can. We're going to lie, cheat, steal to get this off your credit report because you want it off today. And that's why I don't look at the same, the situation with this young lady the same way as everybody else, because I understand the pressures that clients put credit repair companies under. And if there was more education on how this process works, that there is no magic wand, that you can't get your credit report, swept clean overnight, and then, we can start all over again. Took you 10 years to get bad credit. How long do you think, or how long are you willing to get good credit? Now, most people don't like me to say this. I don't care what situation you're in. You could be 350, right? I don't care what situation you're in. If you give yourself 5 years, you can definitely get to the 750s without a problem. I'm walking proof. I filed my bankruptcy in 2017. Now today, it's 2022. I'm in the 750s. Do I have problems getting credit? There's a conversation that's had. Yeah, I got to talk to the financial institution. What's this bankruptcy about? And I got to explain it. But after you see all the credit that I have, my business credit, my personal credit, the money that comes into my bank account on a weekly basis, never missed a payment. I have a health saving account. I have life insurance. I have all these assets that a lot of people need to show these financial institutions that you're a responsible person. I have these assets. That's what they're looking for. Are you responsible? I have them. Do you have them? Do you have these assets in place? Do you have a rainy day fund? If I come to you and you and I ask you for $10 and you know I'm broke and I don't have a job, chances are you're not getting that $10 back again. You're never going to see that $10 again. So what you're trying to do as a financial institution is you're trying to find people that have jobs, that are responsible with money, that pay their bills on time, and you have a better chance of getting your money back. That's who they're trying to lend money to. And as money tightens up more and more, the more you're going to have to be responsible with your credit. When I talk to people about credit, people think just because you have a 750 FICO score that you're going to be approved for everything under the sun, and that's just not the case. You see, there's so many other factors to getting approved for credit. For example, did you know that there's a thing called a bankruptcy score? Now, if you're handling your credit the way that I teach, you're not going to have to worry about it, because from my understanding of the bankruptcy score, it has to do mainly with your utilization rate. And so when you're looking at these different strategies on building credit and getting a good credit score, there's so much more to it than just having a 750 FICO score. Because you can have a 750 FICO score, have 10 inquiries on your credit report. You're still not going to get approved for a Chase credit card, because they got a 524 rule. You can't have more than 5 inquiries in a 24-month period. Don't just look at your credit as, what's my FICO score? You have to be building your credit up in the right way so that you know that when you walk into a financial institution, you know that you're going to get approved for whatever it is that you're looking for. And that's the most important thing. It's not your 750 FICO score. It's getting approved for whatever it is that you're looking to get approved for. When you're talking about, I have a high FICO score, to me, okay, you have a high FICO score. What does your debt to income ratio look like? If you have a lot of debt, but you have a high FICO score, you could still have a high FICO score. Let's say, because majority of your FICO scores is derived by how you handle revolving lines of credit. But let's say you go out there and you get an installment loan, and you have a mortgage, you have an auto loan, you got all these loans, and you only make $30,000-$40,000, but you have a 750 FICO score. There's a really good chance that financial institution is going to deny you credit. All this stuff is baked into the algorithm for the financial institution to approve you or decline you. And I'm trying to bring a little bit more knowledge on how credit works. Don't just be out here looking for your quick fix. Oh, I'm going to do everything that I can to get to 750. Chances are, if you're doing that, you're going to skip steps, and it's going to be a situation where at some point, I hate to say it, at some point, I'm going to make a video about you talking about allegedly. And I don't want you to be that person. I don't want you to make shortcuts. But I do want you guys to have success, and I do want to help you guys get to the next level. I know this video's done a little bit different than I normally do. I normally do my videos. I'm usually on the camera. But I really want to touch bases with you guys because this was on my heart. The whole reason why I left was because of the murkiness of the industry. The industry felt really murky. I started seeing things like this. I wanted to just take a break, take a breath, and get away from it, because these are the tactics that we're forced to do because clients come to us saying, I need my credit fixed tomorrow. I know we're going to say it's her fault. She was the bad guy. But once you do something and you get that glory from the client that says, you're the greatest because you got everything off my credit report and you did something a little slick, that's a rabbit hole you're going to go down. So I try to stay away from doing anything too slick, like doing a credit sweep, but I felt the pressure and I want to do good. I wanted to do good by my clients. And when a client felt like I didn't give them my best, which I gave every single client. If you were a client of mine, I gave you my best. I hired a team and my team gave you their best. But if we're sitting here and we're being honest, when a client comes to you and they say, I want my money back, and you've done work, I can't walk into TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax and demand your items, your collections be removed. That $15,000 car that you had that got repossessed. I can't walk in there and demand that to be taken off your credit report. But you go through 2 months of credit repair and you're like, hey, why didn't anything come off my credit report? What financial institution is going to want to just let $15,000 go? Ask yourself that. Would you, If somebody owed you $15,000 and one of their friends came up to you and said, yeah, they don't owe you that anymore, are you going to just go, oh, okay, cool? Or are you going to go, no, we're going to have to fight for this? And that's what some financial institutions do. They will fight tooth and nail for them to get repaid their money. Now, even if it's a little bit of money, they're going to fight. They're going to fight. And when a client comes back and they say, hey, I don't feel you've done everything you possibly could to help me, so I want my money back. Makes you feel like crap. Excuse my language. But it makes you feel really bad. It makes you feel like, what am I doing? What am I doing trying to help a person that I know good and god darn well that I set the proper expectations at the beginning? Hey, look, this is going to take a little bit of time. 2 months in, now we're not doing things in the best interest. I want everybody to take a moment and come up with a strategy that is going to help them get to the next level. Now, the strategy that I use is building credit. And when I talk about building credit, I'm talking about building credit. If you have a 350 FICO score and you can't get approved for anything, there's secure credit cards you're going to have to get. Start with that. I used to start clients off with My Jewelers and New Coast Direct. Well, those companies aren't reporting anymore. So now what do? You're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to get those Merrick Bank secure credit cards. First Progress secure credit cards. Heck, if you go in the description, we have our own secure credit card that you can get. It's a CreditLiving secure credit card. It's just like an Open Sky credit card. I would probably get, like, if you have like a really low credit score and there's nobody that approve you, probably start with the Open Sky and the CreditLiving secure credit card. Those are the two cards I would start with. Now, I'm not trying to promote our card. I just know that there's a really good chance you're going to get approved. This is what I believe is the best way. And I'm talking before credit repair, before you start removing items off your credit report. Go out and establish credit. Get a couple of revolving lines of credit, 2 to 3 revolving lines of credit on your credit report. So that's 2 to 3 secure credit cards. And then what you want to do is you want to go out there and you want to get an installment loan put on your credit report. Once that installment loan hits your credit report after those revolving lines of credit, you're going to see your credit score start going up. Initially, your credit score is going to drop. So don't call me, don't email me talking about, Ken, you told me to go out and get these lines. Yes, I did. But your first couple of months, it's going to drop. But in the long run, it's going to help your credit score go up. That is what I believe is the best way to build your credit. Now, if you're listening to somebody else and they have a different strategy, I'm not knocking anybody's strategy. I'm just telling you my strategy. I'm trying to give you something that you can implement. Somebody that you know that you can email or call. And I've been really busy these last couple of days or last couple of weeks. But somebody you can call that will help you build your credit the right way. I'm not knocking any credit repair specialists because I went through the trenches talking to clients and having clients trying to get me to do desperate things and making me feel bad about myself. Like, I don't know anything about credit. I've been through it. But on the flip side, don't get me wrong. I love it when we're able to help clients and, things go smooth. You got things on your credit report first month, we get them all off. I love those clients. I love those situations. But I just can't guarantee every credit report or every dispute is going to go like that. There are tons of people out here that will do everything under the sun to get items removed from your credit report. And everybody talks about, oh, my strategy. I use the Metro 2 strategy, or I use the factual dispute strategy. Everybody has their own strategy. Everybody. Theirs is unique and it's the best. Every single credit repair specialist out there, right? Every single one of them. The person that just started credit repair yesterday, they got this new strategy. Their strategy is the best also, right? So don't get out here thinking that I'm knocking credit repair. I'm not. What I am doing is trying to set the proper expectations through this entire process for all the credit repair specialists out there, because I don't think you understand how hard credit repair specialists are fighting to get things off your credit report. Yeah, there are some scammers out there, but the ones that are actually doing it, that are actually going through doing it the right way, trying not to break laws, man, it's tough. It's tough listening to clients in month 6 when, only 2-3 items came off your credit report and you're still fighting for your clients and they're getting frustrated. It's a tough go. And I will admit, I have not found the balance in when to cut a client off of credit repair. At what point? Because I may say, all right, I don't think it's worth it. You got 3 or 4 items left on your credit report. We took off 7. I don't think it's worth you fighting, 5-6 more months for these 3 or 4 more derogatories on your credit report. Maybe you should just start saving your money or start with a different strategy and paying off these items. Maybe that's the best way to go at this point. So I don't know the proper time to cut a client. Every situation is unique. It's a thumbprint. But we do have to start looking at different strategies as credit repair specialists as far as what's the best time to cut a client off. We can't just keep milking a client every month going, yeah, you're going to have to give me another $100, $125, $200. It's a tough balance to have in this industry. I want all of you that are working with some type of credit repair specialist to understand that whatever it is that you're doing, your credit repair, whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to take some time. Now, if you cut corners, you could have some handcuffs on you. Let's do it the right way. Let's take time to build our credit. If you're not trying to buy anything in 5 years, why not just be patient? Why not just be patient and build your credit up the right way? And if you are going through some type of credit repair, let your credit repair work your credit report. If you can't afford it, don't do it. Don't do the credit repair. Keep your money. If you can afford it and you have, extra money at the end of the month and you want to give your credit repair specialist $100 to fix your credit, man, it's worth it. But you have to be patient and you have to take responsibility for the things that you're going through. It is not your credit repair specialist that you have a 480 FICO score. They didn't do it. So maybe we need to just start looking at ourselves in the mirror, looking at different strategies to help put ourselves in a better situation with our credit. Stop going out here getting so much credit, right? You don't need that, extra inquiry on your credit report just for the sake of having an inquiry. Let's be smart on the credit that we do apply for, and let's be successful. That's what I want for the rest of 2022. This video was done a little bit different. I hope you stuck to the end. Y'all stay blessed and safe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.